Moving on to one of his most scandalous campaigns, or should I say the most dramatic campaign, that openly defines Bernays as a puppet master. This is a campaign for a cigarette company, believe it or not. In the 1920s, when the feminism movement was at its peak, women were constantly fighting for voting rights among other equal rights in America. There was a company called Lucky Strikes, a cigarette company that hired Bernays to market his products. Their demands were to increase the sale of cigarettes. However, there was one teeny tiny problem. They only had men as their demographic. Women didn't smoke. But hang on, only if Bernays could find a way for women to smoke. And he did. To understand this story, we need to understand what cigarettes represented to women. You see, cigarettes in 1900s was a symbol of a penis. I'm not joking. Women always desired it. However, the notion of a woman smoking was degrading. So Bernays called up a psychoanalyst in New York and asked, what does a cigarette represent to a woman? And he said, a penis. It was a symbol of male sexual power. Comes Easter parade that took place every year on the Fifth Avenue in New York. Bernays hired some young debutantes to smoke at the parade and called the cigarettes torches of freedom.
He knew this would be an outcry, and he knew that all of the photographers would be there to capture this moment. And so he was ready with a phrase, which was torches of freedom. That means anybody who believes in this kind of equality pretty much has to support them in the ensuing debate about this, because torches of freedom. I mean, what's on all American coins? It's liberty. She's holding up the torch.
Torches of freedom. The women smoked, the cigarettes were sold, and just like the Statue of Liberty, cigarettes became a symbol of freedom in the 19th century America. I wish that was the end of this horrendous campaign. Cigarette campaigns didn't just limit themselves to market cigarettes for women to smoke. They started claiming that women, get this, can lose weight if they have cigarettes. And not only that, the company also claimed that cigarettes killed sugar cravings. I don't know about you, but I've always wondered why an average American woman looks skinnier back in the day than an average American woman of today. And perhaps it wasn't all that great food they were eating. Clearly. Now, this isn't the end of this story, unfortunately. The story goes wide and deep. That's what she said. But seriously, if you're interested, I will be making a separate video about the suffrage movement and the Torches of Freedom campaign.